Hello friends, you've got Disciple 3D here with you, hoping that you're ready to build an epic composition. Ready to build an image that doesn't suck? So this lesson is especially for my partner in crime with some of the render streams, Reggie Hicks, who's a beginning renderer, if you will, and you know, there's about 3 million users of DAZ Studio out there. So that being the case, it doesn't pay one to become arrogant or begin thinking that you don't have something to learn, because we all have something to learn. So actually, the last stream, I learned some stuff in that from Mark Hill's great renders, and I like to pay it forward when it comes to stuff like that. So from time to time, Reggie will share images with me, and I've showed him certain techniques and stuff that Les showed me lots of times. So it's like a fun hobby if we can just all kind of keep feeding back into it with help the next guy along and that sort of thing. And so today I'm going to take one of Reggie's scenes that he created, and I'm going to try to take the image on the left and make it look a little bit more like the image on the right. I'm trying to encourage Reggie to not overlight scenes, which is pretty apparent to me in the one on the left, and that's something we haven't really gotten into. He hasn't done much of. It's just pretty much load the asset, load your scene, load your figure, and then whatever comes out, lots of folks are happy with that. And if you're starting out, the image on the left's pretty cool, so you wouldn't have any reason to go further unless you saw something like the image on the right and went, well, how is that accomplished? Why does the light look so much more realistic? Why do the poses look so much better? Why do the expressions? Why it has expressions? Things like that you sort of miss on the uptake when you're first beginning. And then before long, you'll be building images like this one that are just super detailed, with like tiny little details. If you were to blow this image up, you could see, like there's a little scene playing out there on the little table beside the cat, and then in the background, and there's a character on the bed under the sheets, and tons of D-force simulations have happened to get this image to this far. And it's a little grainy here because that's actually the full-size image that I've squashed down here for you, but I think the concept holds true regardless. So without further ado, let's just kind of jump into it and take a look at Reggie's scene. And just want to double check, make sure that I'm viewing what I think I'm viewing. Yeah, we're good. So here's Reggie's scene. Now, one thing I would recommend to beginners is to always use the viewport. If your computer will support it, have that viewport tab in your workspace and layout. Now, interestingly, I did not have the character that Reggie had, so I don't think that really matters for the purposes of this demonstration. And I've already made a few changes. I think I had a different lightsaber set of props, and mine were probably pre-iRay, older laser sword and poses. But I'm just going to kind of like dissect the image and talk about some things that I think can be improved. The first thing that I would do with a scene like this, especially taking somebody else's scene, is I would go into my render settings, and I would go to environment, and I would just say scene only, just to see what's actually lit. Okay, so in this case, it's a closed-in environment with all these lights kind of active. So that's probably how the lighting got so bright. One thing you can kind of check is go into your camera. Now, Reggie did not include a camera with this scene that he sent me, so I created a camera from the perspective that popped up. It's not exactly like his render, but I just created a camera, and I just wanted to show that, turning the camera off is always a great first step. Right off the bat, that looks better. Things that jump out to me about the image is that the emissive properties on the lightsaber, and also the one he has in his render, it's not emitting. So let's see if we can fix that. So we go into laser sword, go into surfaces, and we're slowly just going to dial this up. Now, really, these are old MDLs, 3 to light materials. So we're going to highlight everything that says emitter, Now, of course, there's a little element of kit bashing here. You'd have to have these products. There's a product called Real Light that I really like. That's great for fixing old, 3D light shaders, turning them into very emissive. It's just really super simple. So, oh dang, that didn't do it. So black 01, we know it's not that. So I just kind of got to figure out what. So if we go here, we go emitter. That didn't get the job done. Let's try that. Did not get the job done at all. It says neon red. Why is it not emitting? Let's try this. Let's go make sure that we got the Uber shader on it. So it's an iRay shader, and that's not up for question. Although really I would have thought that would have done the trick, just applying it manually. I'm going to grab the whole laser sword, update all that to Uber shaders. Then we go back to emitter and go into this. Did not do it. Did not do it at all. Let's try some things here. Let's start turning things off just to see if okay, I'm going to break away here a little bit, get a little tighter into this and see what's going on. Oh, you know what? I was on the wrong model. So, inside a laser sword, go into scenes here, you will see that there's blade 1 and blade 2. That was no problem. So this is blade 1 and blade 2. Let's go ahead and see if we can just give those this. I think that worked. Go back here. Yeah, there we go. So blade 1 got it, but apparently blade 2 did not get it. Maybe it was blade 1 didn't get it. Let's double check that. Why are you being difficult, blade? Okay, so opacity, laser blade. Let's see what is going on with you. There we go. Okay, so nice, right? Already we're seeing like some nice emission and fall off, making it look a whole lot more realistic than it did previously. I'll just point out, obviously I used a different outfit. I just used one that I had in my library. I did have the environment. So let's see what we got going on here. So let's take Reggie's camera and not give him a nice DOF is the first thing. So if I go to scenes and just grab Reggie's camera, I'm going to turn off the whole thing there with the camera selected. Oops, we'll do it this way. Going to, another thing you can do when you can't just turn things off with a simple copy this and then type in -1000. Boom. Gotta get that out of the way. Back to Reggie's camera. And we're just trying to make sure that our depth of field is set up perfectly. So we're going to go camera lens, turn on depth of field, and there we go. We don't want the headlamps already off. That's cool. Swing around, and I always talk about a Dutch tilt. I like a Dutch tilt a lot. She's throwing that blade kind of to the left, so that might give the feeling of motion a little bit if we did that. So pop back into this view, make sure that's cool. Yeah, you see a little extreme, like a bat. They did this a lot with the original Batman series, when they were in the hideout of the villains, they would tilt it to the left, which was kind of cool. So go back here, we want to put this back where it was. That's good. And we'll just look at our preview real quick. That's actually starting to look pretty dope already. Now, this is obviously self-posed, and I kind of get what he's going for. The execution is a little bit stiff. It's like she's turning across her body, but her left arm being extremely straight like that just doesn't work for me. So I'm gonna try to. I don't want to change the spirit of what he's got going here, but I want to find a way to make this a cooler image. So if I bring this up, Then we go to scene again. We want to get up to her shoulder. And we're going to mess with the front back. I like the idea of the camera point, of the, I'm sorry, the laser sword point being very close to the camera. So let's try something here. There we go. And then if we can bring it around. Just a little more exciting. And we'll go to the hand to accommodate that pointing of it a little bit more. There we go. Tilt it just a little bit more. So like the blade's coming right at us, right? Nice foreshortening of the lightsaber, so that's very artistic. To me, it looks that way anyway. Maybe even more extreme than that. Okay. You just kind of got to play with this, because sometimes if it like blocks a part of the body where you can't really see the arm, it's not as cool. Sometimes you just want to go past that dial, place on the dial. There you go. Oops, too much. Obviously, it's a little choppy because I'm running the render and recording and everything, but you get the idea. And then mess with that one as well. There we go. Kind of want that middle spot. Cool. Now, one of the things, I'm actually okay with this red skin, which, by the way, is a material that looks like the character had edited, or maybe Reggie had edited, but it just was on the whole body, and I just thought it looked really cool. So I'm going for, like, my rendition of this. I'm going for kind of a Sith thing here, so I'm going to look for a Horns product from the great Midnight Stories, a good buddy of mine. Used to work with me a little bit back in the day. We were all trying to make that transition from Poser to kind of want to be in the front here. Yeah. Let's just go with some big ones. Okay, that should do it. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, I definitely cannot have the horns going off the top. It's okay if her tip of her toe goes off the page, I think. So we want. Oh, that's getting cool. Now I think we want to shape these a little bit. So we're going to go to the Longhorns. Longhorns. Actor, styles, bend back, bend in, goat horns. Now let's go to this just to see. I'm just going to the perspective camera just to see if I can watch these a little bit more. I really want to make them shorter. Speaking of goats, Midnight Stories has a really cool. Oh, that's kind of cool. I'm pretty sure I can't just scale them down because they'll move. That's what I thought. Pin down antlers, horns. No, we don't want that. It's sort of like an omni-prop kind of situation. So I'm just going to keep them the way they are. That's kind of cool. I don't know about that. Just thinking of Star Wars and the Sith and all that. Well, I want mine black, of course. We can do black. Can we do black on these? Anywho, he has a really cool llama character that can double as a goat, available at renderosity.com. I like it. It's got really good D-Force. I'm a sucker for D-Force fur, by the way. And so This thing is not really in a spot that's okay, so the character is really devoid of expression. We can't have that. We got to give her something. So let's just go get all anger HD a little bit. Open the mouth a bit. See if there's the teeth together. Let's go with a. Let's squint the eyes a touch. Squint wide. There we go. And we're going to create my camera here. I'm going to call this BB Cam. Brent Bowers, that's my name. Hence the initials BB, y'all. So we can do the same thing we always do. Set up that old delicious DOF, right? Which, Reggie, if you're watching this, you'll know we do this. This is my step every time I create a camera. And then as long as you set it up, you can look at it and decide if you like it, and then you turn it off. You always, always, always want to turn the camera light off. There's times that you want to employ it, but it's got to be a choice, not just something that's done by default. So I always turn that off. Now I can go over here and just go BB Cam, boom, and just lets us check out the expression. Now, dude, there is something really strange going on with the bosoms. It looks like, I don't know if this was something that you chose to do, but this whole up, down, side to side thing is just really kind of not working. So we want to zero that out for sure. I don't think she could stand up hard enough to make her breast point up like that. Not unless it was a zero grav environment or something. I don't know. So actually, it's on the opposite. It's like, and I think this actually might be the body, the shape that you're using. Let's look at that real quick. Let's go to scene. I'm just looking for a little more realistic. I told you when I talked to Reggie, I did not love this this character more because I felt like it was a little too extreme. So currently used, I don't see anything like a character in action here. I'm going to just take some of this stuff off just to kind of regulate her size a little bit. It's like when you have breast implant and then breast small, you get some conflicting information going on there. It just weirds it out. I don't know if this is a dialed character or what. Breast point, yeah, that's a bizarre. Again, with the breast small and all these various curves going on, it feels like they're kind of conflicting a little bit, if you get my drift. And it may just be that this was a dialed character that I don't have in my inventory, and Dash Studio tried to use the morphs that I did have to kind of make it happen. I don't know, but yeah, this is a little bit weird. Yeah, mouth width. That's strange, dude. This looks like a dialed character. Mouth size. Mouth realism. I mean, at the end of this, we can look at it and go, hey, do we like it better or do we not like it as much? So at least we can be objective. Okay, I think I've gotten most of the stuff that's making it look weird. Alright, currently used. Okay, so back to the preview. Let's just see how that took effect. Okay, much more normal. So there is a horns morph that I need to use here. Shaping. I hope I see that. Let me see here. let's type in horns. Huh. I thought there was a little morph going on there. Oh, I'm a horror hostess character on here. Yeah, that is weird. That actually, that body morph did something crazy with the breasticles once again. Okay. Well, in theory, you should be able to go into any character for GA and apply a female character and it take the shape and dispense with everything else. But I find sometimes this does kind of not work the way it's supposed to. Let's see here. I don't want to lose this cool texture, so I'm not going to mess around too much because we're still a demon in essence here. So let's look at some eye products to get a little better spooky eye. Nice. Horror eyes. Natural eyes. Never really got what's different between feminine and masculine eyes. I never really got that so much. Let's see here. Default. Let's see what that does. Well, I tell you, I do not like how the brows are looking right now. It's jumping out at me as being very fake looking. So let's find something. Let's install something here. Brows. Really? Turn that off for now. I'm gonna definitely have. She needs eyebrows and eyelashes. Eyebrows? Oh. Come on, there's definitely a product that I've recently used with eyebrows. Let's just see about lashes. Here we go. So we'll dispense with her default eyelashes, just like that. And then we'll give her these. Then we'll customize the materials. Let's go with that. That should help. Look. What? Ah. There we go. Let's see if we got a demon character. I'm starting to really find this. That'll probably work. Let's see here. If we're talking IRA, yeah. So we can just go in here and kind of replace this with a demon character. Let's see what we got going on here. Ooh, I like how that light works. Let's look at Reggie's cam. Oh man, I like that better than the red right off because it makes that suit pop. So, BB's character, BB's camera, BB's cam. Yeah, that's feeling a whole lot better. Now we got to see what our time is, folks, because you know everything I do has to stay under an hour, or otherwise I won't be able to post it in many places. Ah, it didn't start the timer. That's beautiful. Ha ha ha. Okay, here we go. That's almost ready to render right there. Let's look at Reggie's cam. Okay, this is a challenging environment because you know the environment's so very bright. So she's got the one saber in her hand. Okay, so it needs something else. Really digging that texture though. Man, that looks good. Give her some, you know, thinking about eyes again. See how her eyes are looking. Give her a purposeful red eye. Oh, I don't like that as much. I don't know. It's okay. It's okay. Oh, hey, there are the little Sith horns like I wanted. All right, so let's dispense with the other horns. All right. Sorry, Wayne. I thought I was going to use your horns, but I think these other ones are a little bit more like what I'm going for. Figures. If I can. Are there little pop-on horns? Here we go. Here we go. Let's see if this works on her. No, and that doesn't surprise me because with everything. Oh, dang. Sometimes the morphs won't work, you know, across. But I'm hopeful that the horns will. Let's figure this out. Are the horns strictly, huh? I'm not seeing the horns, so perhaps they're not going to work. Oh well. No harm, no foul. We got horns. Let's see if the nails will work. I got the answer for the nails if they don't work. Shaping. Well, the head worked. That did not. Let's type in E1. Nah. Nope. Nice. Okay. Not bad, not bad. Fire. Fire, fire, fire. need like some fire in the scene. Yeah, fire. Okay, Reginator. So a damaged hallway, like there's a battle going on, would be cool, right? This will help us obfuscate some of that over lighting, basically. I haven't used this prop before. I love it when I get a chance to use things I've purchased, and because oftentimes you'll spend that money and then not even have a chance to use it, which just sucks, Just so many renders to make so little time, right? I'm gonna take this one. I'm gonna bring it forward and see how that works. Let's go back to here. See what's up. It's probably gonna be a lot slower to render now. Oh, dude. That's getting me all up in my feels right here now. I love how the emissive smoke and stuff is kind of, so let's go to Reggie Cam. See how that makes Reggie's angle look. Dang! Okay, I'm starting to feel like we're getting close to accomplishing what we said we wanted to accomplish here. Make it a very robust scene. We've kind of done that here. Reggie's Cam.